Okay, so today we're going to make hummus, Greek style, Mediterranean style, whatever you want to call it. We're going to use generic chickpeas. These are also known as garbanzo beans. What we want to do is drain them off, but we want to keep the juice because we're going to use the juice for thinning out the hummus later because it helps to keep the flavor. About that size is good. Smash it up a bit. And I just want to take off this tip right here. That piece is the stem and it's hard like a rock, so I don't want that in there either. I'm just going to throw it in the machine. I'm going to use some olive oil to get things rolling in here. I'm going to use 1/4 of an onion. Now same deal here, you can see where the stem is. Be very careful if you're not good with knives. I am, I've used them for a long time and I'm not worried about cutting myself. I'm just going to cut that into a little bit of smaller pieces and we're going to put it into the food processor and we're just going to puree everything. The thing about this hummus is that this would be real smooth. It's kind of like peanut butter. So, the first thing we're going to do, the next thing we're going to do is add a little bit more oil. And we may as well measure 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of juice. So now what we want to do is start to puree this stuff up. I'm going to use the pulse this time. Just keep an eye through. That's what it's going to look like. So now we're going to need to add some more juice. What's coming up is going to be tahini, and it tends to bind everything up. So you want to have it nice and juicy or loose before you put the tahini in. You don't have to use olive oil, I'm just using up the last of what I have here. So, you got to do it just to your particular taste. Kind of loose like a slurry. There, that's better. I like it. This is tahini. It's pureed pulped sesame seeds. So what they do is they make it just like peanut butter, but it's a real fine grind. And they mix it with oil. But what happens is it's not a very popular product on the store shelves, and it can stay forever. But what happens is all the oil separates, and all the tahini's at the bottom, and all the oil's on the top. And I've got an extra long Sunday spoon, so I can reach all the way to the bottom. This is mixed up pretty good. You're not going to need much of this stuff. When it goes in there, it binds up everything like crazy. This is what gives it all the good flavor too. It's going to be messy because it's so oily, but this is where the flavor comes from. Now you can see it's starting to thicken compared to what it was to what it is. Now, the thicker you want it, the more tahini you're going to put in it. So you've got to be able to taste this while we're moving along. because it's all about the taste. And grind some black pepper into there. And we'll taste it again. Starting to get lemon juice. You don't have real lemons all around all the time. You can always have real Remo. So the next thing we want to do is add just a little bit more tahini. This is what really makes it smooth and gives it the richness. So we're at 3 tablespoons now. Now the flavor of that hummus is starting to really come together. I'm going to do another ½ teaspoon of salt. And where you're getting your calories from in this one is the olive oil and the tahini. Garbanzo beans are free. I'm going to put in 1 more tahini because I like a bit more when it goes in the fridge. As far as the salt and the lemon goes, you can add all of that to your taste. And there you have it, your hummus